I'm Ethan Medley. I'm going to talk a little bit about why you might want to take physics here at Grant High School. Our topics, what it's about, are energy, forces, motion, gravity, sound waves, light, electricity, magnetism. We answer questions about why the driver's manual says you need 200 yards to stop, and what would happen if you shoved a whole bunch of your friends in the car, and then how much more space do you need to stop if you got in a whole bunch heavier. How do rockets and satellites turn in space when there's nothing to push off of? What's that third prong on the end of your outlet for? Why does middle C sound just about the same? You know it's middle C, whether it's the human voice or piano or violin, but it all has their own different, unique sounds. What makes that happen? What's it mean for light to be a wave and a particle? A lot of those topics, more topics, lots going on in the class. A lot of students come back, and when they come back and after they've graduated, they say, what I learned about class. I think a lot of them really developed an appreciation for math and how you use math. There's a lot of math in the class, but I think it comes to make a lot more sense before the year is over, and you develop an appreciation for why you need it. Why do you graph data to make sense of it in a lab? How do you analyze data in terms of error? So there's a good bit of math. But even the people who really don't like math can have a good time in physics and make a lot of sense of things. So class frequently works like this. When we start a new unit, there'll be some kind of exploration, introductory, messing around with ideas and equipment ideas as we see how much sense we can make out of it on our own. Then there'll be a period of direct instruction where I am lecturing or giving examples, or we're doing group projects. And frequently in those, I'm using clickers, like in a game show where you can click in your answer and I can immediately see whether or not people have got the right answer, whether or not they're understanding things. And then I can tailor the lecture based on those answers. And then there's a period of application where we might do another lab, or we might have a problem set. Ultimately, we end those units with tests. Students can retake tests if they don't do well the first time. About 50% of the grade comes from the tests. 30% comes from lab reports. We do a whole bunch of hands-on activities. Not all of them do we write up in lab reports. Only about twice a quarter do I have an activity that seems rich enough and there's meaningful enough things to say about it that I want people to analyze the data and talk about their errors and turn in those lab reports. Those turn out to be about a 2 to 3 page paper with graphs that are made on computers. The final 20% of the grade comes from homework. Homework is online. It's not busy work. Students think it's meaningful. They like the chance to get the immediate feedback by clicking in their answer, and the computer tells them, yes, you got it right, or no, you didn't get it right. Then you have to figure out what you did wrong and do it again. Everybody gets their own unique set of questions with their own numbers in them, so you can help each other without cheating. Ultimately, everybody has to do it themselves with their own numbers, so I think that's another thing that makes that homework, why people like the homework in physics. Things you'd have to look forward to in the class are, like I said, interesting topics and lots of hands-on activities. We'd use a lot of computers, and we hook probes up to those computers, motion detectors, force probes, to collect data in class. We use iPads to collect video, and then we analyze the video to understand motion. Twice a year, we have second graders come over from Beverly Cleary, and we prepare units and lessons to teach them. For me, a good bit of humor, good instructions, lots of time that I'll help people as much as they need it. It should be a challenging class, but well supported. And not only can I support you, but I think that we've got the students set up well enough they can support each other to do well in the class. So I think challenging is good. I want to push you. It should be a fairly hard class, but at the same time, everybody should be able to be successful in it. I think it's a class worth considering. Talk to me and come by and talk to me in room 223, or talk to my students or former students. See if physics is good for you, and if so, give it a try next year. Thank you.